Hi everyone, welcome to Insider Yachting. We have Blueprint up for review today, which is a fantastic Princess or Viking sport cruiser as they're called over here. 95-foot motor yacht flybridge style. It's one of my personal favorites. So as you're watching through the review, bear in mind that I have the yacht pack ready to go for this boat. The yacht pack has all of the photographs, the detailed descriptions, the full specifications of the boat in a neat little package that has some pricing analysis and current market information in there as well. So it's all ready to go, ready to be emailed off to you from the website. If you click just on the right hand side here on the yacht pack button, leave your name, your email address, and the name of the boat that you're interested in, because we have one of these yacht packs already created for every boat that's on the market. So leave the name of the boat and we'll email that off to you right away. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, then I suggest that you get over to the website, because all of the great information and things are on the Insider Yachting website. And if you're already on the website, then just down below you'll see a link to the other boat that I'm reviewing today, which is called Jazz of Monaco. So let's get started with Blueprint. I'm excited to do this one today. As you can see there from the profile shot, she has great lines. I love that deep blue navy color to the hull and the huge side hull windows that they have, which are actually on port and starboard side of the master cabin, the enormous master cabin. So she is 95 feet long. The beam is a very nice width here, 23 foot and 2 inches. The fairly shallow draft as well for this size boat, which is 6 feet, so it's perfect for going anywhere in the East Coast, all throughout the Bahamas and down to the islands into the Caribbean if you wish. Built by Princess. Now Princess is a British manufacturer that licenses with Viking over here in the States to promote and finish off their products. The equipment or the yachts that come over from Europe over to the States that are going to be fitted out with US spec equipment. So that's different grade of air conditioning, different types of navigation equipment, and also the electrical is a lot different as well. Then it's Viking that finishes that off. So this is called a Viking sport cruiser over here. Built in 2011, she's been impeccably maintained by a full-time crew since she was new, so she's in great condition right now and fairly low hours on the engines as well. She has great Caterpillar engines, the C32s. They are very easy to maintain, very easy to work on, and also you can get spares wherever you are. It's a great engine to have in a boat. The speeds that she has here, maximum speed of 21 knots, says cruising speed of 14 there, but I believe that's a little bit closer up towards sort of 16, 17 knot mark for the cruising. The fuel capacity is 2,400 gallons. It doesn't mention the water capacity there, but she does have great water makers on board to replenish that level of fresh water in your tanks. 4 stateroom layout. Now, believe it or not, 3 out of the 4 staterooms have king size beds in them. They're enormous cabins. The 4th there is the twin cabin, so it's a fantastic layout. And it says here it has 1 crew cabin. I believe that's 2 crew cabins here as well. I think they have one bunk and then a larger one for the captain's cabin. Now it's here in Florida. We've actually done a daily yacht tour of this boat before. So the yacht tours go on every day throughout the week. We take groups of people around different boats so that they can become familiar with the boats that they're interested in. So if you'd like to join us for one of those, then from the website, again on the right hand side, the yacht tours button, just click on that and fill in the details, and I'm sure we'll be able to fit you in somewhere. They are getting quite busy now because we're getting closer towards the Fort Lauderdale show. So at the time we are doing this review now, the asking price of Blueprint is $6,750,000 US. So let's get started with the photographs. Some more profile shots and exterior shots there. You can see from that top photograph that she has a huge hydraulic aft swim platform. It really is enormous when you're back there stood on that. Those hoop railings do pull out, so when you're at anchor you can imagine dropping that down. It's perfect to sit a couple of seats on top of that platform, just having the water lapping over you, and it's also a great staging area for water sports as well. So the boat really lends itself well to lots of different circumstances. Some more deck shots there. You can see the big swim platform on the lower right hand side photograph. Up forwards on that photograph on the top left, you can see the two anchors that are there. We're now into the size range where 2 anchors are necessary, so it's nice to see those large stainless anchors up there. Some more exterior shots. Here now we can see the main deck aft has split table layout on the back there. That's perfect for this sort of bench seat area. It means that no one's stuck in the middle of the sort of table there. If that was a full-length table, you can imagine if you're sat in the middle, you have to shuffle yourself around to be able to get out. So that isn't a problem here. They also have a nice big bar there, lean-to bar, has ice makers and fridges and a sink in there, so it's a full-service bar, and a real nice large area back here. It doesn't feel cramped at all. And you have to keep on reminding yourself from time to time that this is actually only a 95-foot boat, and the volumes here, it just feels like a much bigger boat. On the top right and on the bottom left, you can see those enormous glass sliding doors that really opens the entire main salon area up to the outside, and it also has huge windows running along the port and starboard sort of companionway side of the house. So it really has a great feel to the interior here. Some more photographs of the back. Another real nice feature is on the bottom right hand side. You can see it has a stern docking station here as well, so that's perfect for getting into those tight med moorings, either over in the States or over in Europe, backing down there. So a real nice feature there. Moving up onto the flybridge. Now the flybridge actually has a real nice retractable section to it. You can see that in the 2 lower photographs there. So it's a fixed solid bimini top or fiberglass top that they have here, with a huge center retracting section. So best of both worlds here. Nice seating, port starboard. You can easily fit over 12 people between those 2 areas, so nice high occupancy area there. And they actually have another bar back here, which you can just see that on the bottom photograph on the right there. They also have another helm station up here, which is a repeater station from everything that is down below in the main pilot house. So nice open decks here. Everything is teak deck. It's all lots of upgrades everywhere, teak throughout the main deck, even forwards onto the bow, and this huge area on the flybridge as well. So it's a real quality and substantial feel to this boat. As I mentioned, this is probably one of my favorite boats that's currently on the market. The davit that's there, the crane, is in a nice position as well. It's all the way off to the one side, as you can see. Now the mistake that some manufacturers make is they put, especially on the larger boats, they will put that crane right smack in the middle of this aft deck. Well, that's good that you can launch the boats sort of from either port or starboard, but the problem is once those boats are in the water, you're then stuck with this crane in the middle of a very large sort of square foot area at the back here, which, as you can see from these photographs, lends itself perfectly to sort of sun loungers and deck chairs, and it's a nice area to use. But if that crane's in the middle of the deck, you then really can't use that area anymore. So Princess have thought of that. They've moved the crane off to one side, which is the best place for it as far as I'm concerned. More pictures of the back deck there. You see they have some exercise equipment there. They have the weather hatch to the stairs leading down to the main deck as well. So if you're on an evening eating down on that main deck and the weather comes in, you can shut this off so that you're not going to get any rain falling down through that stairwell. Another bar here. They don't have any stools sort of that are constantly screwed to the deck there, so it sort of opens the space up again for different usages, and they have sort of ice makers and drinks fridges and things in that bar as well. So here's the helm station. It's not a full sort of helm station that you'll see downstairs, but this is really just a repeater station from that, so that's no problems there. So moving down now into that lower helm station, you see they have more screens here. They have all the chart plotters, GPS, depth sounders, radar. The boat has a bow and stern thruster, so it's very easy to maneuver in tight spaces. Now, this being a European-built boat, they do have a slightly different layout to the boat that we just reviewed before this, Lucy Belle, which is an American-built boat, the Ocean Alexander. Here, they tend to sort of section off the pilot house, and then they have a separate sort of galley. The difference in that with Lucy Belle was all open plan with the country kitchen, and this here on Blueprint is a very standard layout for European boats. So it's just a different take on different layouts. There's no right or wrong answer. Some people like to have this separate and have the galley separate as well, and not get wrapped up in all the cooking. That means you've got a slightly larger salon and dining area. So personal choice there. So now we start moving back aft. The top photograph on the right, that's still in the pilot house. That's just a nice little sort of seating area there. So that's sort of the end of that pilot house area. The lower photograph on the right hand side, we're now moving into the main salon. And here you really start to get a feel for the size and the volumes that you feel in the interior of this boat. So all of the fabrics and the woods are all upgraded on here. They do a great job of playing the tones against one another, with the browns of the sort of deep woods, and then the creams and the light colours of the sort of rugs and the furniture. So here's the main salon, and looking forwards into the dining room. It's a beautiful area. I love these details that they've put to the ceiling. I like the usage of colour in the sort of accent stools there, or the ottomans, and then the throw pillows. I think it works really, really well. They've got lots and lots of sunlight coming in here from both those huge stern doors that you can see on the bottom photograph on the left-hand side, and then all these windows that wrap around from port to starboard. So it really does a good job of bringing the outside in, and it makes this area feel much, much bigger than it might do if you had sort of less window area. A nice big flat screen TV. The dining table there seats 8, so it's a nice high occupancy sort of dining table. Beautiful fixtures and fittings here. There's a nice feeling of quality throughout the boat, and you can see that there with the dining chairs. They're not sort of just your bare bones teak chairs. They actually feel like a nice substantial sort of dining area. This is the galley. Now, it's actually quite a nice big galley, considering that it's a segregated area. The European take on things, as we mentioned earlier, is a little bit more formal. It's a little bit more about sort of the service. So they don't have that open country style kitchen that they do in some of the American built boats. So a nice full galley here. They've got lots of fridge freezer drawers. They've got the big full height refrigerator there as well. All of the equipment here, or majority of the equipment, is all Miele. So very, very top of the line equipment, all very reliable and long lasting appliances. Now we move down into the guest cabins, and this is really the selling point for me of this boat, is these amazingly sized guest cabins. So look at that master cabin, it's enormous. The side hull windows looks like a full almost balcony window that you have there on either side. On the one side you have the vanity desk, the other side you have a beautiful breakfast nook and sort of seating area. You have his and hers bathrooms with marble floors, granite countertops, and it just it feels so vast here. I love the usage of color on the bed, and the use of a bit of color in the backboard and the headboard. Here you can see the nice seating and breakfast area in that photograph on the top right hand side. The double vanity sinks that you see down there in the photograph below that. Nice huge flat screen TV up there on the top on the left. So now we move into the VIP cabin, which is all the way up forwards. The two photographs on the left hand side, that's still in the master cabin ensuite. But on the right hand side here, another king size bed, another vanity, and another settee. And if those two curtains were raised on the port and starboard side there, you'd see another porthole bringing in light into this area as well. So it's a slightly toned down feel to this cabin. It's not such a sort of high usage of color, but it works well because the room is slightly smaller. But even so, it's still a walk round king size bed in a bow cabin. It's amazing. It's huge. These photographs are again in that cabin, in the forward VIP cabin. You see a nice flat screen TV there, marble floors to the bathroom and the granite countertops, nice big vanity sinks there as well, and a beautiful shower. So this really is an enormous size cabin for this size boat, and again, remind yourself that this is only a 95-foot boat. So into the port side stateroom, and we have another king size bed. The starboard guest stateroom is the twin, so I think this is really a perfect layout for a boat. You have the VIP cabin, the master cabin. If you've got two principal parties, if this was a charter, then you would, there's always that funny sort of question of who gets the master cabin. Well, that's not such an issue here, because you have three king size beds in all nice large size cabins. So here in the port side, again ensuite, finished to the same standards. The marble floors, granite countertops, nice big vanity sink. You have a big flat screen TV in here, nice vanity desk, and the nice sort of portholes bringing in light to this area as well. It's nice. I like again a different use of color in the backboard and with the bed as well. It actually feels like a different room. Sometimes when all the rooms are finished to the same sort of fit and finish as far as fabrics and wall coverings are concerned, they all start to look very similar and feel very similar. But here, each room is different, and it feels like a different area of the boat. So I like how they've used the high gloss, deep wood tones against the cream finishes here. Here's our twin cabin. Great for kids, great for sort of nannies, or if you have a personal trainer that comes with you on your trips. Again, it has the flat screen TV, the same finish to the bathroom, and the nice wall coverings there to just give the room a bit of a homely feel. Now the the boat has two separate laundry areas. You can see one here in the lower foyer. It actually has another one in the crew cabin and the crew area as well. And the crew really aren't hard done by on this boat either. You see, they have a very big sort of social area and crew mess area. The TVs, the cooking facilities, the washing facilities that they have here. And there's two cabins here. You can just see that through towards the back of that photograph on the top right hand side. And there's one sort of to the left and one to the right there. So the two cabins here. And there you go, you can see the two cabins there. So moving into the engine room, this has the Caterpillar engines, very reliable engines, easy to work on. They've actually fitted an awful lot of equipment into this boat. They have a fuel polishing system, they have a great sewage treatment plant, they have zero-speed stabilizers. We'll see all of that in the write-up later on. They have nice large size generators on board as well, so there's no problem with the power management of the boat. And you can see the nice use of stainless steel, the stainless risers for the exhaust, and the stainless rails to protect anyone underway when they're doing engine room checks, so that you can't fall into the working equipment there. So here's the last thing I'll point out before we go into the write-up is the deck plan, or the GA there. And you can see the layout of the cabins. It's a great layout. I love the way that they've managed to make the interior of the boat feel so large. And you can see on that upper deck photograph as well, where you would put the tender on the back of the flybridge there, and have the crane then port to starboard out of the way. And as we saw in the photograph earlier on, when that tender is off the boat and in the water, you can swing, because the base, the pivot point for that crane is off to the one side. You can then swing that round and make sure that it's out of the way, so that whole deck is open and available for use for a crew area. A guest area. So moving into the write-up, it's a fairly big write-up. There's one issue here. You'll see all of the points underneath the headings there starts off with "and bull." I think that's a mistake that the listing broker made here. I'm sure they're supposed to be bullet points, as in the small dots. I'm sure he wouldn't have written this as "and bull." So try to ignore that as we go through. Don't be scared off by the first title there, the not for sale for U.S. waters in U.S. Not for sale to U.S. residents while in U.S. waters. That's a bond issue, but plenty of boats have that, and it means that just the bond needs to be paid, and the boat can be transferred offshore. So it says there the boat was finished to US specs, so that the electric side of it is 60 hertz. That is all done by Viking Sport Cruiser, as I mentioned earlier on. I'll run through some of these. If you want to read through this, then do get that Yacht Pack 4 blueprint. It's ready to go. It's ready to be emailed off to you. On the right hand side from the website, click on that Yacht Pack button, leave your name, the best email address for you, and the name of the boat that you want the Yacht Pack for, and we'll email it off to you right away. It's almost instant. So it details some of the equipment that's fitted here. The Crestron system that's on board, Direct TV, has the nice 55-inch flat screen TV that we saw in the main salon. The galley, we can see all of that melee equipment, marble tops to the countertops. The master stateroom, king-size bed. It has the nice big flat screen TV that's in there, and direct TV, the satellite TV, which is a Crestron system that's fitted to this boat as well throughout all of the cabins. King-size bed in the VIP stateroom. All of the cabins we saw were en suite. The guest stateroom to port is another king-size bed. To starboard is the twins, flat screen TVs in here as well. The companionway, or the lower foyer area, we saw that had the washer dryer fitted there as well. The boat also has a central vacuum system in it as well, which is great. It means you don't have to lug around a vacuum cleaner and chip away at the wood finishes to the walls. The bridge here, the fly bridge, it has that retractable sunroof section to the bimini top. Has the nice teak chairs. It has the bar fitted up there. Has the ice machine in the bar. It has the drinks fridge and a chest freezer there as well. The flybridge electronics is the repeater station from the main electronics that are down in the pilot house. But even so, up there they still have the Furuno equipment. They have the controls for the bow and stern thruster there as well. And remember, we saw that stern docking station on the main deck aft, which is a great feature to have too. So the main pilot house has, again, the bow and stern thrusters. It has the chart plotters. It has the radars. They have the controls, automatic controls for the anchors there as well. They also have a FLIR night vision camera there. It really is a very, very well equipped boat, really to much higher standards than you expect to see on this size boat. So skipping straight to the engine room, it has the Cat 30 C32As. They're very fuel efficient. They're the common rail fuel delivery system, whereas before it was just a constant pressure system, and the individual cylinders, the delivery of fuel would be delivered by the individual injectors. Whereas now it's all done electronically, so it means you can deliver the precise amount of fuel that is needed for each compression stroke, because combustion engines are notoriously or inherently inefficient. Having this electronic delivery system just means that they're much, much more fuel efficient than they were in previous years. The cruise air conditioning system that's here as well, the stabilizers, does have 0-speed stabilizers on here, which is another fantastic feature to the boat. It's also very good if you're thinking about chartering the boat out. And it also has the bow and stern thruster, the oil change system, the fuel polishing system that I mentioned before. So that's it for this boat. Blueprint is one of my favorites. It's a fantastic option for someone looking in this size range, because you really are getting the interior and exterior volumes of a much, much larger boat. So I really love this boat, and it's one of my personal sort of best buy choices. Now, if you're interested in getting on board some of these boats and seeing them firsthand, then the easiest way for you to do that is to join one of our daily yacht tours. They go on every day. We take groups of people from boat to boat. We choose a few boats for each tour. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, I'm sure we can squeeze you in. The groups are getting quite popular now, especially because it's getting closer to the Fort Lauderdale show. People want to get a head start on what boats they're interested in to take advantage of that show environment. So if you're interested in joining us for the tours, then over on the right hand side click on the Yacht Tours button, leave us your name and your contact details and the sort of style boat that you're interested in seeing, and I'm sure we'll be able to fit you in. So that's it. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to get the yacht pack for this boat or any other boat on the market. We have one other review this week, which is coming up next, and that's called Jazz of Monaco. It's a 100-foot Bonetti with a very different interior layout. So be sure to click on that link down below, or you can search for it over in the review archives. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.